Hey, what's up guys? Captain Ron here with another video. Last video we covered what kind of tools you would need to be a beginner technician or do oil changes in a dealership or even in an independent shop. Today we're going to go over how to do oil changes, basically what you're going to have to do for an oil change, typical stuff you're going to have to check, and just a general what they call a multi-point inspection over any customer's vehicle. So today we've got a 2014 Wrangler, JK Wrangler, that we're going to do an oil change, a rotate. It does have a recall on it, so I won't be showing that portion of it, but I will show you how to go about doing the oil change and what to look for whenever you're doing one to help the customer along. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Alright, so once you guys get the hood open, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take an overview look of the engine compartment. Make sure that you don't see any oil, anything out of the ordinary. Make sure it looks pretty much typical like you would see any other time that you're opening the hood. The way I go about doing it is I will open up all the lids that I need to check. So engine coolant, I'll go ahead and flip these two for the filter, and you don't necessarily have to flip it, but sorry guys, gotta get my light. But we'll also get my flashlight and we'll check fluid levels. So fluid level there looks good, fluid level down there looks good. Definitely need some of this, and just use this to generally look around the engine itself. Make sure you don't find any oil, make sure you don't find any fluids or anything like that that may be, causing any issues. So I believe on this particular vehicle, we also need to take this off to get to the oil filter. So make sure you remove the engine cover so you can get to the oil filter as well. But then basically just going to go through and you're going to check everything. You're going to check your air filter, make sure you fill your washer fluid, and check everything else. The other thing you're going to want to do is you're also going to make sure you check your wiper blades. Make sure they're not cracked, make sure they're not coming off the tracks, and if the vehicle has it, also make sure to check the rear wiper blade as well. Make sure it's also in good condition so that you can quote that if you need to. A lot of times your dealerships will give you these little pamphlets to go along with your oil changes. This one's for a vehicle checkup, has all the information you're going to need to check. Some of it is in gray, some of it is in blue, depending on what kind of checkup you're doing. This will give you a nice general guide to go off of so that you make sure that you don't miss anything. Make sure you're checking off all your boxes. Alright, so the next thing you're going to do, you want to get your car up in the air so that you can check the underside, make sure there's no problems down there. Also do your oil change, drain your oil, and do your rotation of your tires if you have one. So let's get this thing in the air. The next thing we're going to need to do is we need to drain the oil out of the vehicle. So get your tools, get your drain can in there. Let's get this thing drained. Now the next thing you're going to want to do while you have it up in the air is you're going to want to check everything, if your light will still work. While you guys have it up in the air, you're going to want to check all your bushings, all your suspension parts. Make sure you don't have anything going on out of the ordinary with that. So I already kind of looked over this real quick. Everything looks pretty good, but like I said, we'll just take a quick look ourselves just to make sure that there's no other problems. Make sure we don't see anything. So everything up front looks good. Everything in back looks pretty good. No problems there. No problems there. No leaky diff. So once everything underneath looks good, then we're going to move on to rotating tires next. So for rotating tires, you want to get it down to a good working height, but basically the way we do our rotations is the fronts go to the back and the backs come to the front. Now some places will do like crisscross and everything like that. It just all depends on what your dealership does, but we're going to do it, the way we do it is to do fronts to backs. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Now that we have all the tires rotated, we're going to put it back down on the ground. We're going to grab our torque stick. We're going to make sure everything's torqued down to 100 foot-pounds like it's supposed to be. And then we need to go get our oil and filter. Now, I would show you the work order, but it does have sensitive information on it, so we're not going to look at that. But we need to make sure we get our oil, our filter. Any other parts that we have, like this one here, also has a passenger airbag recall. So we need to do that as well while we're in here. So once we get the vehicle back down, we're going to take out our oil filter housing. I've already got it pre-loosened just to make things a little easier. And out it comes with the cartridge filter. So we're going to replace this part. We've already got our new cartridge filter sitting right here. So we're going to get that replaced. Make sure you also replace the O-ring, which is located right here. Not every filter has it. So if you have like a canister filter like these, they're not going to have an O-ring. They've got a little rubberized boot that's on the bottom of them. So you want to make sure that that doesn't get stuck on the engine, or else you'll double gasket it and then you'll end up with a leak. So, but these here, these just pop off, and then you've got an O-ring right here that you'll want to replace every single time. That way, in case it does have a crack or a split in it somewhere, you're not going to have any problems with leaking oil out of the cartridge filter. So we're going to get that replaced, and then we're going to fill the engine with oil. This one here takes specifically 6 quarts of 5W30 or 5W20, excuse me. So we're going to get that filled up and be done with that here in just a second. All right, so once you guys get done with changing the filter, you're going to want to make sure you put oil in the vehicle. I've already done that. I was busy doing something else and forgot to record it. But another good tip for you is that if you're changing the oil on a vehicle, take the cap, which is right here, and put it where your hood latch goes. And that way you don't ever shut the hood completely, because that will be in the way. And that way you know, hey, I might have not put oil in this. So little handy tip, put that where your hood latch is. That way you can't shut the hood without making sure that that's in place. But since I know I did that, we're going to put this back in, tighten her down, and that's good to go. So for the most part, the oil change is done. The only thing we got left to do is we need to put a sticker in the window telling them when it's time for the next oil change. So we'll go to get one of those here in just a few minutes and get that done. And then I've got a few other recalls I got to do with this vehicle too. So other than that, that's really about it with the oil change. and with the tire rotation. Alright guys, that's about all I got for you today. That's basically a short, sweet video on how to do an oil change in the dealership world. I'm going to do another video a little on down the road, maybe this weekend, on how to do a full inspection, go piece by piece on how to do a used car inspection, or you can also apply it to doing an oil change as well. But when you're doing oil changes, a lot of times they're coming in, they're waiters, they're in and out, they want to be out within a half hour, so you don't have a whole lot of time to actually do some investigating on the vehicle, but you can do a quick once over about, just looking for general stuff, suggest it to the customer. Maybe they might come back and fix it at a later date. So keep an eye out for the other video I'm going to do. Like I said, probably this weekend, might have it up this weekend. We'll see. Also stay tuned here in the next couple weeks. I'm going to also be doing another giveaway. I still need to get the one out for the last contest winner, so I will do that and have that out probably tomorrow. So be looking for that in the mail. Eric, that's coming to you. But here in the next couple videos, we'll do another giveaway for another awesome prize. So until then, it's Captain Ron signing off. We'll see you next time.